My motto of my shows are this: listen, learn, and apply. So whether it's my shows, TED Talks, somebody else's conversation, truly listen,
Yeah.
right? What can you learn from that? Is it a different point of view? Is it a different perspective? Is it a ha-ha moment? But how do you apply it to your life that can pivot you? Maybe an inch, maybe a yard. We don't know until we apply,
Mm.
right? So truly listen. Don't just hear it.
Yeah.
Listen. Really learn, really apply. And you'll really see whether it's just a fraction, how it can just change your life. And from there, how that domino effect can happen. So please listen, please learn, and please apply.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. My name is Tiffany, and this is Unveiling Journeys. I have a great guest for you today, of course, as always. But before we get started, I want to tell you just a tiny bit about myself. I love meeting new people. I love getting to know people. I love hearing their story because I'm just fascinated how the human mind works and how so many people are so darn creative and how they've come up with these businesses and they're running them. And really, it's like shoulder to shoulder with like some fantastic entrepreneurs. And I want you to all know them. So what ends up happening is I tell people, hey, can I get a half hour with you? And when I get a half hour with them, I'm like, hey, would you want to be on my show? Or by the way, there's somebody that I want you to know, or "Hey, do you know anybody that you think I should know?" Right. And it's just as easy as that to ask for a referral or ask to hang out with somebody. And that's the snowball effect of how I've gotten to be where I'm at now. And I'm so grateful. And I want to do this. I want to invite our guest, Sara, to come on. Thank you so much for coming and being on the show with me and spending time. Tell me a little bit about yourself and what you're up to right now.
Well, hi everyone, Sara Troy here. I am a seasoned 14-year podcaster, and this month 13 years of my own network. And I get to share those wonderful illuminating stories and journeys that people have made that just shed light on other people's path through inspiration, which I begets invitation. So I'm continuing to do this every week, plus book development and a couple of other things.
I love that. What is the book development? I want to know.
A couple of years ago, I put out a book called Our Forgotten Children. And this is an anthology around the raising of our children, the system that needs to change. But, I call my shows awareness shows. But the books are that awareness too, because when we're aware, we care. When we care, we do something about it.
Yeah.
But we can't be unaware anymore. And so the
100%.
next book is Our Forgotten Seniors. And that is celebrating what seniors have contributed. I'm still contributing. What the challenges are, is it finance, health, family, society?
Mhm.
And also a warning to the youth, start taking care of your seniorship now because it comes up, bites you in the butt if you're not ready. So I'm looking for authors for that book, for the next one. And they call them podcast books because podcasts and summits and everything go along with the book.
I love this so much. I was literally yesterday talking to someone about how, the generation, because I'm in my 40s. So, like, people in their 60s and 70s, they have this knowledge that is
Um,
locked up with them that they might take with them to their grave if they
yes,
don't start telling people about it.
yes.
And one of like some of the highest paid people in like TikTok and whatnot right now, they're sourcing. They're like, please, can we get information out of you guys? Could
Mm,
you like, we will make you viral quickly if you're just in that age bracket to be able to
yeah.
come share your knowledge with
Mm.
us, because it's like, well,
Come
they
on,
have to
TikTok.
bury it. Like they just want to keep it, or,
Yeah.
they don't want to get judged, or I don't know, whatever probably millions of excuses why they
It's a
don't.
lot to do with the way we were brought up.
Yeah, I think that too.
It's that we need permission, and the only permission anybody ever needs is permission to themselves,
Mhm.
nobody else. But we're brought up to believe that we can't, we shouldn't, no, that's not you, and who cares anyway, right? And don't embarrass yourself. All of that is what we're brought up with. So to break that barrier
Mhm.
and go, no, I'm doing it anyway because I've got something to say,
Yeah.
takes a little more courage and sometimes a little prodding from other people.
Yes. I love that this is your next part of what you're working on. This is so exciting. Keep me posted because I want to be like shouting to the rooftops for
Yes,
whenever your
yes, I
books
have
come
a
out.
link, orchardofwisdom.org, and it'll be our Forgotten Seniors, and there's a whole invite there. And they can also find Forgotten Junior and children's book there as well. So, yes, but I'll send you the link to it.
Oh,
Gathering those authors that will do 2 summits, 2 podcasts, do the chapter in the book, proud of what they're sharing and really wanting people to know that just because we reach a certain number, don't count us out.
Yeah, I love this so much. Now, we met through the power of networking. We have
Mhm.
like some great mutual people between us, one of them being Ben Albert. Shout
Oh,
out to
he's
his group.
wonderful. Yes.
And I see you just always there, always smiling. And I love your energy so much. I was like, gosh, why have we not had a show together? And then, but before you know it, we hop on a phone and we're like, oh, we should totally do this. So,
And as
um,
you will be on mine as well.
oh,
So, we're playing ping pong.
back and forth, right?
Yeah.
And so what I want to do, because I love everything that you've told me whenever we get to hang out, and I want to share that with everybody. So let's crack into your journey. Let's start from the
Mhm.
beginning. Like, where are you from, and what did you think you were going to be doing growing up, or what do you want to be, and what do you go to school for, or first jobs? Like, super loaded question. Start from the
Oh gosh,
beginning.
my whole life didn't start normally, nor did it continue normally. So I've always been off the rails, so to speak. Born and bred in England. At the age of 2, Asian flu went round, and this very healthy baby became very, very sick with asthma and eczema. So in and out of hospital for a number of years. Every time I got a cold, bedbound for weeks. Missed a lot of school. So at 14, my mum and I moved to South Africa. And very different world, like
Yeah,
chalk and cheese, got exposed to things that perhaps I was not ready for. At 16, left school because I was just so far behind and kind of didn't know at that time I have ADHD and dyslexia because there was no just diagnosis for anything back then, right?
yeah,
And so I just went to work and just let life teach me. And so
perfect.
life taught me a lot, ups and downs, wackaroos and lift ups. So, I went through the whole gamut. My brother and a friend was South Africa's first mobile discotheque. The second
What?
mobile discotheque my boyfriend and I ran, and I was South Africa's first go-go dancer
No
before it
way!
became seedy.
I
So,
love that.
so there I am at 15, dancing, getting paid for it, and just having a time of my life. Um, and we lived in South Africa for 11 years. 2 summers, 75 and 76, I were traveled a great deal, lived in the States for a while. I always thought I wanted to go back to the States to live because it was just felt more forward than, British and South African. I kind of a lot of restraints. And South Africa, the most beautiful country in the world, really absolutely exquisite, but so much misogyny at that time. And of course, we had apartheid. And so a lot of restriction. I ran into a lot of issues
Hmm.
with men at work and everything else, and just eventually kind of got too jaded there. And I came to Canada on my way back to the States, but met my ex-husband. And then proceeded to have a tumultuous marriage and 3 children, cat, dog, divorce, all that type of stuff. New relationship some years later. We went into developing a quantum electric motor,
What?
which nobody thought that could work, and it did work, but we got
Yeah.
caught by the 2008.
Ugh.
And then we got caught by people stealing our technology.
No.
And at that point, it was crash and burn. At this point, I'd put all my money into it. At one point, we were living out of the car, 2 people on a dog. And so it was like the real wackaroo. And I've had fibromyalgia for 30 years, and depression is one of those. And of course, I need to be of service. If not, I feel useless.
Mm.
And I wrote an article on it. Somebody saw that article, looked at my site because I'm also a personality trait coach, and said to me, "Oh, you should be on my podcast network." And I said, "What's a podcast?" This is 2012, folks.
Oh,
There
wow,
weren't
yeah,
many of
wait.
them around. I had no money to join us, so somebody put the money up for the first month. I don't even know where I got the money for the previous months. I was with her for 13 months and then decided to go out on my own. And here we are, 13 years later, on my own, having interviewed around 3,000 people myself,
What?
branched out into books, done 2 books. The third book is going to be the seniors one. Have a mentor's directory, and just loving what I'm doing, meeting the people I'm meeting. And you watch the news and you think, do I even want to wake up tomorrow? And
Yeah,
then you do an interview and you meet those people that are really moving life forward,
oh,
that
yeah,
have risen to a higher vibration, that are really there to be of service to other people, that come from the heart, the soul, and the spirit. And they're making the difference. And
yeah,
so I rather feed them and profile them than all that other crap that's going on. So that's
Yeah.
me in a nutshell.
Oh my gosh, we went through so many things, but I have a question about the personality coaching. When did you
Mm.
decide to get into that, and what was that
Um,
like?
2001. But back in 1975, I met a psychiatrist in Rome, and we had some wonderful, deep conversations. And he had this kind of metaphorical journey that he puts his patients through. And he gave it to me. And he said, I think you, because I'm very spiritual and very intuitive, I go very much on my knowingness. He said, I think you'll know what to do with this. So I've been doing this since then, 51 years, but I incorporated it into my personality trait. So I do true colors, the 4
Ah,
personality traits, which
okay.
Microsoft, the Army, the Navy, everybody uses to identify what your strong trait is, where you belong. But I correlate it with astrology, Chineseology, and numerology.
Hmm,
And I take your personality traits and all of those traits. What are the strongest? What are ones you can strengthen? And what are the ones you need to delegate?
hmm.
And it helps you understand who you are as a human, so you can actually understand who you are as a being.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Open up to the soul. And then they take this metaphorical journey to find out where they are right now. So it's just a little program I do. It always catches people off guard. I didn't know I did that. Or I didn't know this. Or now I understand. So it's
Yeah.
just that little epiphany of how we are working, how we're perceived and how we perceive. So that's my little side gig, but podcasting is my main focus. And
I
3
love that.
grandchildren because they employ me 2 other days of the week.
Oh, yeah, you get to live close to the grandkids. Now, so that means you're still on the, West Coast. Where do you
Yes,
live right
I'm on the
now?
West Coast. I'm on Vancouver Island, British
Oh,
Columbia.
that's right. I love Vancouver Island. You're in a great spot. I
I'm
mean,
I'm
it's
in
expensive, but it's worth it, right?
no, not here. Well, I'm in Nanaimo, and I am literally surrounded. I say, if you don't like green and you don't like trees, do not come here. There's a
No.
trillion trees. It's green everywhere. I have a monkey puzzle tree. I've become one of those women, started feeding the stray cat. Now all the cats come by, along with the raccoons, and now the squirrels.
They tell their friends.
What everybody. And then the deer in the garden eating my roses. So it's just like, I'm in nature. I love it.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome. I love hearing about the personality stuff because I've taken about every test I feel like I could
Mm.
take, but identifying the things that are my weaknesses and delegating, I haven't figured out how to delegate them yet. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
bad. How do I
Yes.
deal with that? Like,
Yes, and that's like wearing all the hats. I wear all the hats in my business. I do
yeah.
everything. I haven't got a podcast that somebody else does the editing and everything. I do the entire thing.
Mm,
Right at the beginning, I had somebody who used to do my audio for me. Then they said, "Nope, I'm too busy. You've got to do it now." So the first 5.5 years was just audio. Then I went into audio and video. So I do everything. And like with ADD, I'll tell
oh,
you,
yeah.
it's a little hard to do the focus. So I've created a system. And as long as I follow that system, do, 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 like I did 3 shows yesterday, and by the end of all of those shows, all of them were edited and all of them were uploaded to the platforms and onto their show blog, ready to go live.
Sounds
So
like you've
I've
conquered
really
ADD.
yeah, no, I've got, hey, ADD, you listen to me. This is the way
Yeah.
we're going to do this. So, and actually, funny enough, one of my shows is on ADD with women,
Oh,
right?
I should
In
probably
women
listen
and
to it
how to
like
manage it.
slightly.
So, and how to focus, how to get things done.
Yeah.
And, but yes, I think it's just finding a system and a routine. But when I started, there wasn't other people doing other people's things for them.
Yeah.
So, it was a question. If I want to put out this podcast, I've got to learn to do it myself.
Yeah.
And now I just do it.
I want to hear more about the starting of this podcast. Now you joined and you were there for 13 months. Was that already offering you your very own first show, or were you like guesting on people's
No,
shows?
no, no. I was doing a show. In fact, the first show that I did, I made you myself, folks. It was a Monty Python skit. So if nobody knows what Monty Python is, just thinking about Saturday Night Live and everything going wrong, I pressed all the wrong buttons. The person I was doing it with, the producer was saying, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. And why can't you hear me pressing every button? And then finally I come on, I'm frustrated, etc. And she says at the end, do you want to continue? Yes, it'll only get better. And if live shows, people drop in the middle of it, you drop in the middle of it, people don't turn up, this, that, etc. I call it the soap opera training. You're thrown right into it and you've just got to do it by the seat of your pants. And it was great training and prepared me to go off and do my own.
Now, the podcasting thing, you kept moving forward in it. So, like, you've been
Mm,
doing this for quite a while. Tell me
yeah.
a little bit about more how that continued to evolve.
I think I got the bug in the first 2 or 3 months, just hearing stories. And, I've had a rocky road. I've had quite a number of downs and struggles up and um, empathic depression, feel the environment, get it, but it also goes with fibro. Um, and I know what it's like to be pushed back
Mm,
or pushed down. I've had a lot of that in my life. To hear other people's stories of how they rose up
mm,
and how they got back up on their terms. And now I'm living their meaningful purpose and serving people and sharing that illuminating light became so inspirational that I
mm.
had to keep doing it. And
Yeah.
initially, with the other network, I was doing one show a week. Then I went to 2 shows a week. And then when I started my own network, I had hosts for the first few years. So they brought their perspectives and everything. And then when COVID came about, people kind of dropped by the wayside. And I thought, no, I don't want to do hosts anymore. I would do the mentorship directory. I'll go into the books and just branch off. And at that time, I was doing 8 to 9 shows a week, which was a bit much. Now I do normally 3 to 4 a week, because I only work 3 days. 3 days, as I said, I'm employed by my grandsons. So, but it just was, you cannot hear the stories that I've heard or that
Yeah.
you can hear on my network and not be changed by it,
Yeah.
right? It just shows you how much courage and strength there is out there and resilience when people
Yeah.
to be,
That's
choose to
awesome.
accept.
You continue to pour yourself into this work, but in that, you show up, like, you just keep trying, you keep doing this, but why? Why do you keep showing up? Why do you keep wanting to work and do this? It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, and I've literally done shows while I have COVID and everything. Extremely rarely have a cancer show because I'm sick. I just work through it. If the grandchildren are, then that's different because then I'm needed. Um, but it's the stories.
Yeah.
They move me. They give me hope. Again, like all the disturbance we're seeing in the world right now is because what I call the third dimension has been cut off. And they realize they're being left behind. So they're
Mm,
making a lot of noise. And that fourth dimension, fifth dimensional, and people who are embracing a higher calling, a higher purpose, raising their consciousness, raising their vibration. And they've been undercurrent for so long, just changing the waters from the deep current, not from
mm,
the surface. And that's why the surface is all bubbly right now, because it's like they realize it's have to change the current. And it's just so inspiring, to hear these stories and to see the people's, I call it, the nudge, nudge, wink, wink, or the cosmic 2x4. And we all get a nudge, nudge, wink, wink, and most of the time we don't pay attention to it. And along comes the cosmic 2x4. Have I got your attention now? And whether, this week I had a gentleman, big leadership in a company, working 60, 70 hours a week, top of his game, got cancer,
yeah.
stage 4 colon cancer, right? Didn't even know he had it. And of
Yeah.
course, because of COVID, he couldn't get to see his doctor and all of that. So, by the time they got to him, it was stage 4. And how it changed his life, right? Not just the process of getting well, but what was important in his life. And now he's still a leadership coach, but he leads people who are going through adversity because
Uh,
he understands it.
yeah. Yeah.
And I think, the best teachers are those that have been there, done that. They know what you're going through, whether it's exactly the same thing. They know what the struggle is like
Mhm.
and what mindset you need to be in to get through it, what tools and skills you can use to help you through it. That this is just a redirect. It's not, it's end of a chapter. It's a new chapter in your book of life.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a couple of people that I've had influence like my real estate investing career, and they always mention like, "Man, if you're gonna talk to someone in this business, wouldn't you rather talk to someone with a little bit of gray hair?" You can't see mine because it's finally growing in, but like, um, yeah, he's right. Like, I'd rather someone that's preserved themselves and had the grit and tenacity and be able to reinvent, not just quit and got off the wagon, right?
Yes.
But the people are still showing up that have gotten the gray hairs from it. I want to learn from their pitfalls
Yeah.
so that I can avoid them myself in whatever industry that you're in. I mean, don't
Right.
get me wrong, AI, I'd love to have like a whippersnapper, but the guys that are cruising through AI that
Mhm.
still have the gray hair, that means they've been through how many falls and how many
Yes.
wins and have
And
now
it's how
decided
do
to
you get back
continue.
up? It's always about how you, and like I consider I've had Grand Canyons. And what I really want people to have is just potholes.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
I
No,
don't want you to do, I've done the Grand Canyon for you, just have a pothole, but understand, like a skater, when they're learning to skate, is going to be on their backside more than they're on their skates.
Mhm.
A child learning to walk. Like I have a 7.5-month-old grandson right now. He learned to crawl a week ago. The other day, he stood up on his own for 6 seconds, is standing there on his own. He's not even 8 months yet. He's determined to walk. But up, down until the balance is there. Oh, this is what I do. This is as in our lives. We're going to fall. And failure is, it's not how many times you fail to succeed. No, I don't consider that failure. Failure, I consider when you give up and you give in.
Yep.
But when you fall down, yes, sometimes you have to lick your wounds. You've got to go, okay, all right. What did I do wrong? Get up and do something different.
Yeah.
If it's still meaningful for you, it's saying, yes, still do it, but you've just got to do it in a different way. And
Yeah.
the other thing is timing. Like the Our Forgotten Children book took 5 years to come together. I
Mhm.
mean, I wasn't pushing it that hard, but when I was finally ready to do it and I thought all the people I wanted to be in it couldn't be in it for one reason or the other. And then all of a sudden I'm interviewing people that are just or regular shows that are perfect for the book.
I love
So
that.
you have to wait for the alignment to happen. If something is meaningful to it, it doesn't have to happen tomorrow. Keep watering, watering those seeds. It will come to fruition when the time is right.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So you have a wonderful story and you have a wonderful business. So I want at this point you to tell me because people are thinking, I want to know you. I want to hear more about your shows. What's your favorite way for people to come find you for what it is that you're working on and your social media and so forth?
Well, I have a couple of sites. Selfdiscoverywisdom.com is where you're going to find all of the podcasts and everything that's current. On the sidebar, you'll see that's all the current shows. But if you go to the Orchard of Wisdom, ORCHARD, of wisdom.org, ORG, that's where you'll find the books, the mentors. You'll still find the shows there. It goes back to this show page. But that is kind of where also my program, the Discovery Yourself, is. And so that's more kind of like what I call the business side of things. But you can find all the people that I interviewed to do for the books. They're all there from the first book to this book and hopefully the next book coming up soon. Um, so the orchardofwisdom.org to find all the book details, mentorship details, and what I do for the coaching, selfdiscoverywisdom.com to find all the shows. And of course, they can always reach me at selfdiscoverywisdom@gmail.com.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's awesome. This has been so fun to cover all this. I want to keep going. I only have time for really a few more questions, but we got to tell your whole story. I mean, just like an abbreviated version of it because it's so long, but we got hopefully the best snippets. What else is next? Like what's on the horizon for you?
Well, the pursuing, finding authors for this book. Again, it has to be the right people that want to be engaged with it, right? And, take pride in it. So finding that, continuing with my shows. I'm generally booked a good month ahead. I get given an awful lot of opportunities, and it's taking the opportunity that suits me where I'm at now. Right? You don't have to jump onto every opportunity.
No.
Where you are right now, can you incorporate this opportunity or can you redirect to it? But don't jump into it just because. It does. Can you fulfill it? Can you follow it? So I'm just continuing on with my podcast and with the book. And I did do 7 podcasts on my 7 decades, which I just kind of reviewed life. And so this week I'm doing it on the 13 years of podcasting. So I'm just continuing on.
I love that. Congratulations for all of these things that are coming up and that you've accomplished. That's so neat. I'm so grateful to have you on the show. I want to ask you the one last question. What should we leave as like your valuable little nuggets of wisdom to kind of wrap up our show with?
Well, just first a reminder that in July you are coming on my shows, and
Yeah.
so please, and that will be a good hour and longer. We're really going to peel back the onion, so please pay attention to that. And she will post it, but come and see that. My motto of my shows are this: listen, learn, and apply.
Mm.
So whether it's my shows, TED Talks, somebody else's conversation, truly listen,
Yeah.
right? What can you learn from that? Is it a different point of view? Is it a different perspective? Is it a ha-ha moment? But how do you apply it to your life that can pivot you? Maybe an inch, maybe a yard. We don't know until we apply,
Mm.
right? So truly listen. Don't just hear it.
Yeah.
Listen. Really learn, really apply. And you'll really see whether it's just a fraction, how it can just change your life. And from there, how that domino effect can happen. So please listen, please learn, and please apply.
It's wonderful advice. That goes hand in hand with why we have 2 ears, 2 eyes, 1 mouth. I want us to look and pay attention, listen twice as hard, and then speak half as much.
Yes,
I
exactly.
I agree with you, and I think this is perfect advice for the younger generation that needs to be quiet and listen for this, new book
Well,
that's
can
coming
I
out.
add to that?
Absolutely.
Um, Wisdom doesn't come in a 2-second shot or a 2-minute TikTok. I
No.
do TikToks every week, 2 minutes, words of wisdom, leading the back to something. But please, please, please be hungry for content.
Mm.
Be hungry to listening longer, to reading more, to paying more attention to conversations. Stop headlining everything. That is just the invitation. Look to the content and truly devour it.
Wonderful. This is so good. I know we could talk for an hour and my show only goes this long, but I highly encourage everybody who's listening right now. Thank you for your time. Go to Sarah's websites. If you can't find them, they're in the show notes below, or shoot me a message on LinkedIn. We'll be friends on there. Come hang out with us at a networking event where I can introduce you to more people amazing like Sarah. She's the top one though, just is what it is. And then I am so grateful for you for your time. Thank you again
Thank
for
you, my
coming
darling. Thank
today.
you, my darling. And I
And
look
then
forward to your story.
I know, it's gonna be oh, wait, I'm glad we have an hour. And then everybody who's listening, go have a great day, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.